Alright guys, we are looking at the daily chart and the data I have is to 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on January the 22nd. Bitcoin is definitely not looking good. Actually, it's looking very sick, down over 20% over the past 3 days. If you've been watching my regular update video for Bitcoin, then you know that I mentioned about this head and shoulder pattern. And technically, Bitcoin broke down when the price dropped below this neckline around the beginning of this year. And the target could potentially take the price all the way down back to the 30,000 level. But to be honest, I never thought that Bitcoin would crash and drop below this very strong support line at 39.5. Because every time when the price drops, we always have strong buying support. But unfortunately, the problem with the stock market, the market has been tanking really bad due to the fear of rising inflation. And then 3 days ago, the bad news came out of Russia when the Russian central bank proposing to ban cryptocurrency. That was the final straw that caused this breakdown. So now the question we have is, how low will Bitcoin drop down to? Or at what level will we see support? And hopefully Bitcoin would stabilize around that and begin to recover. Now, looking at how the price have trended down since beginning of November, we can very much draw this sort of like a downward channel, with the exception of this flash crash where the price dipped down to this level, which it dropped below this support, but then it bounced right back up to stay within the channel. So what we're seeing here is right now Bitcoin is very much testing the support of this downward channel at near 35,000. At 35,000, that is also a very strong support, as you can see. So here is what I think. If Bitcoin can close today over 35,000 and stabilize over that level this weekend, depending on how the stock market would perform on Monday. If the stock market recover, especially the high-risk assets like the tech stock, because the street is still looking at cryptocurrency or Bitcoin as a risky asset. So if the tech stock recover next week, then there's a very high probability that we would see this here, which is around the 35,000, as a very strong support. Bitcoin would stabilize, and I expect it to run up and retest this major resistance level at the 39.5, 40,000, already at the resistance of this downward channel. And at that point, we'll have to find out whether or not there would be enough buying support to allow it to cross over. If the 35,000 does not hold support, then we are looking at the next support level is at around the 30,000, or very much the target for the breakdown of this head and shoulder. So there's no doubt, right now everything is looking scary. I still believe that Bitcoin will recover and the rest of the altcoin will follow. 2022 is still going to be a good year for cryptocurrency. The most important thing is this: just make sure that whatever crypto that you have in your portfolio has to have some sort of utility, because we've seen this before. If you select a good project after a downturn, the minute the market bounce up, it would always bounce up. For an example, I mean, look at something like Cellular Network. We saw Cellular retrace when Bitcoin dropped. But the minute Bitcoin bounce up, Cellular follow and establish this all-time high again. So even though right now Cellular is trending down, but the expectation is the minute Bitcoin stabilize and bounce up, Cellular will recover. Other example like Harmony One. We saw Harmony One retrace during the bear market, but immediately bounce up the minute Bitcoin stabilized. Or even Cellular. You see Cellular bounce up, retrace during the bear market last year, but the minute Bitcoin stabilized and trend higher, Cellular ran up, established the all-time high. Right now the price is retracing because of the market. But the minute Bitcoin stabilizes, expect the same thing. So right now, just hang tight and hope that Bitcoin can stabilize at this level, which is 35,000. That's it. Give me a like if you appreciate this content. And if you like this sort of boring videos, make sure to click that subscribe button and turn on notification. Hey girl, hand me another beer please. Life is good.